Hey friends, we're going to go ahead and do another review for your Evaluate test tomorrow during math time. So we're looking at the screen and we see that my class right here has grown 5%. It's in the green, which means that we're good. We want to make sure that for the month of March, we see growth on that one too. Okay, so that's why we're practicing today, so that we make sure we can understand these questions so we're able to grow. And we're going to go over the January ones because we compared January with March. So what I need for you to do is get your whiteboard, your dry erase marker, and your eraser. Or if your teacher wants you to just have a piece of paper, she'll tell you she just wants you to have a piece of paper, and you'll get that out too in a pencil. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video until you have these supplies in front of you. All right, now that you have your dry erase marker supplies or your paper and pencil, we're going to go ahead and get started looking at our January Evaluate test for math. Now, this first problem, it gives you a lot of words. It's a word problem. However, it also gives you the number model. It's already done for you. So we really just need to look at that number model. And we're going to go ahead and use our boards for this one. On the board, I'm going to go ahead and just write down this problem that I see right here. I'm going to write 6 minus 4 plus 8. And what I'm going to do is first solve the first part, 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4, so if I have 6, sorry, trying to get my fingers so you can see them, and I take away 4, I have 2 left. And I only did the 6 minus 4 part, so what I have left is plus 8. 2 plus 8. So now I need to do 2 plus 8. I'm going to do 8 and then add 2 more. My answer is 10. So for this problem, my whole answer would be 10. Oh, not 18. Sorry. Back up. 10. Why are you not going away? There we go. 10. All right, let's go ahead and erase our boards. We're going to move on to the next question. This one I do not need to use my board for. Unless you want to draw a picture and that's easier for you, that's fine. You would draw 15 circles and then cross out 9. But I'm going to use my fingers. So that's easier for me. If you like to draw a picture, that's good too. So I'm going to do 15 minus 9. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. The answer for this is 6. And some of you may know that mentally, and that is absolutely fabulous too. All right, this next one, we're going to look at the array, and we're going to select the equation. Remember, equation is just another way to say number model, and you guys are so good at number models. So we're going to look at the number of dots, and the first thing we're going to look at is how many there are. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this okay, so I know I can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. So my equation or number model should equal 15. This one equals 10. That's for sure not right. This one is 15. This one equals 10. That's for sure not right. And that one's 15. So I have either of these two options. Now, when I did this, this is 5, 5, 5. We added 5 3 times. This one right here says 5 plus 5. And we know that's not right because we did not add 5 3 times. And we know 5 plus 5 does not equal 15. It equals 10. So that one's not right either. We're going to click on the last one for the answer. All right, now this one, you drag the correct number of hundreds into the box to represent this number here. What number does that say? You should have said 200. So I'm going to drag 100, 200. And I said 200, so I'm going to stop because that makes 200. Okay, we still don't need our board for this one. We're going to say that she's counting by tens, and we have to fill in the missing number. So 46, 56, 66. What comes next? 4, 5, 6, 76, 86, 96. Or going down on the number grid, we see that 76 goes next. All right, this one, we have to write out the word 676 into these canvases here. We want the word form for the number. So if I say this slowly, 676, we're going to look very carefully at the spelling of these words. The first number says 600. 600. That doesn't say 6. 6. That says 6. 600. 600. Okay, so that would work first. I want 670. So these are all 100, 100, 100. Okay. 70, 70, 70, 670, 676. Okay. This says 6, but I see the ending T, 6T. That doesn't work. We want 6. That definitely doesn't say 6. 6, 6. Okay, let's check it. 676. 676. Okay, those two are matching. We're going to go ahead and move on. All right, you all are so good at this one, comparing numbers. We're going to look at the first digit first, 1 and 1. Those are the same, so we move on to the next one. 4, 7. Okay, which one's bigger, 4 or 7? 7 is a bigger number, so we're going to eat 174. The next one, okay, grab your whiteboards. This is a big subtraction problem, but you all can do it because we're going to use base 10 blocks to do it on your paper. So let me go back. We're going to draw we're going to draw 88 base 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Sorry, I should be saying that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 88, this number here. Pause until you have 88. Now we're going to cross off 32. And when we cross off 32, we're going to start with our ones place. So this tells us to cross off 2 ones. I have more than 2 ones here, so I can go ahead and cross off 2. And then my tens place, I'm going to cross off 3. 1, 2, 3. Make sure your boards match mine. And then we're going to count how many we have left. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So our answer is 56. Go ahead and erase your boards. And we're going to go ahead and move on to number 9. This one you do not need your marker in your board for. We're just going to go ahead and count each place. So I'm going to start with the hundreds. Please look at your screen. Please practice counting with me. I promise it's not weird or embarrassing. This is going to help you learn. So we want you to do it with us, please, okay? So count with me. This is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So 600. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 665. 6 flats, 6 longs, 5 ones. All right, now we don't need our board for this one either because you guys should be able to get this one right. If we're just adding 100, the hundreds place is the only thing that changes. So the 7 is changing up 1. 7 plus 1 is 8, and then the 18 stays the same. So 718 plus 100 is 818. All right, this one, I'm just going to show you on my board. You do not need to write this out. If he's doing 7 plus 16, he is breaking this 16 into expanded form. So he's doing 10 plus 6 instead of doing 16. And we know for fact, families, that you can flip-flop these numbers and it still equals 16. And then you would just add the 7 in front of it. So if he's doing 7 plus 6 equals 16, 7 plus 16 equals, and he figured it out by doing 7 plus 16 plus 10, is his method correct? Absolutely, because he did expanded form and flip-flop the numbers. So no is not right. No is not right. Yes, 6 plus 10 equals 16, and 7 plus 16 is equal to 7 plus 6 plus 10. That one is right. Okay. All right, now using paper clips and to measure, we're all getting so good at measuring. The thing Mrs. Widner and I want you to think about for this, and Miss Durbin, if you would think about this too, is this says centimeters, so we want to make sure the ruler also says what matches the unit. Okay, so I'm measuring in centimeters. My answer should go in this first box. Okay, and we line it up at the 0. Everybody say 0. And what number is it closer to? This one is definitely closer to 9. It is not closer to 10. So I'm going to type in 9 in this box. And then I need to pull my other one up for inches. Notice it says inches here, inches. Lining it up at the 0 tick, say 0. And then what number is it closer to? This is closer to 4. All right, and now, which of the following are likely estimates? Remember, estimates are guesses when you don't have that actual tool with you. For an adult's ice skate. Now, we've been talking about this a lot. An adult's ice skate would be similar to a shoe. So if I'm looking at the two best answers, a shoe, remember, we have it up on our board too, would be like Mr. Sponsel's foot or an adult foot. So that one would be right for a foot. If it's 1 foot, it's definitely not 5 feet. And we know a yard is like the top and the bottom of the TV, and that's definitely not the size of an adult male's foot. And if it's not 1 yard, it's definitely not 12. Okay, and we've been talking how many inches are in a foot. There are 12 inches in a foot, and remember, a foot is like the length of a big normal ruler. Okay, there are 12 inches on that, which equals a foot. So these two are the right answers. Because it says to select 2, we knew we had to look for another one. Okay, this one says you're going to use the ruler to measure both twigs, and they have to be combined. So when we combine numbers, we're going to put them together. We're going to add them. So I'm going to measure the top one, lining it up at the 0. This one is 3. So on our boards, on our paper, we could write 3 plus, and that helps us just remember the numbers that we land on. Lining it up at the 0, 5. So 3 plus 5 equals 8. So when we combine them, we have to put the two measurements together. Okay, this one, every single one of you should be getting right. You're just putting the 4 on the number line, and we do that by counting by ones. So this starting is at 0. This would be 1, 2, 3, and the 4 would go right here, right in front of the 5. All right, now clocks, shorthand goes first. This is the shorthand. It's pointed at 3. So the ones that do not have 3 in the hour are wrong. And then we count by 5s. So this is 0, 5. 3 o'clock doesn't work. 3:05 works. Shorthand goes first, then count by 5s. All right, this one we are going to go ahead and write down because it is kind of scrolly. So we're going to just do it on our board so that we can keep the data together. And I'm going to abbreviate their names on our graph. So T is going to stand for Tam, and Tam scored 8 points. See how his graph is at the 8 line? So I'm going to write 8 next to Tam. And then Ricardo, I'm going to put with an R. He scored, now there isn't a number here, but if it's between 2 and 4, it's just counting by ones each line. So 1, 2, 3. He scored 3, and they didn't put 3 just to make the graph less kind of boggled down with all this numbers. And then Jeff scored 6 points. Okay, so let's look at the tally charts below. Which one matches the bar graph? Right here it says Tam has 4 points. Is that true? No, Tam scored 8 points, so that one's not right. Okay, this one says 8. Let's look at Ricardo. Ricardo scored 3. That's right. And Jeff scored 6. That's right. So this one's probably right, but we're going to check the other ones. This says 7. Ricardo, we know, scored 8, so that one's not right. And then the last one, it says Tam scored 8. Ricardo scored 3. That's right. And this last one says Jeff scored 5. That's not right. We know Jeff scored 5, so that one also is not right. All right, So here are the results from Mr. K's homeroom when they chose their favorite drink. Okay, we want to know how many more students chose milk than chose soda. So when we see how many more, we know that's subtraction, and we're going to do that on our board. So milk had 6 votes. Soda had 1 vote. 6 minus 1 is 5. How many more means to find the difference? You're subtracting. All right, we know that Callie cut this larger square into smaller squares. We want to know how many small squares she cut. You guys are just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and count all of the little squares. When you count all the little squares, that should get you to 36. All right, and the fraction on this, we have not talked about fractions yet. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this one. And same for this one. We have not talked about fractions. We have not talked about shapes yet, so I'm going to skip that one. So just try your best on those. And then this is talking about yards of a rope and inches of a rope. So you want the statements that are true. If William has 7 yards, the big ones, and Al has 7 inches, that would be littler. Which one's true? William has less rope. If William has 7 yards, he doesn't have less rope, so that one's not right. William has more rope. That one would be right because yards are bigger than inches. Al has less rope than William because inches are shorter than yards. That's right. Al has less rope than William because yards are shorter than inches. That's not right. Yards are bigger than inches. And William has less rope than Al because yards are shorter than inches. We know that's not right. So those second 2 are right. All right. So good luck on your test tomorrow, guys. We hope you try your very, very best. Thank you so much for following along. You can go ahead and put your whiteboards away and come back and click next on Canvas. See you later. Love you all.